Um, so first thing we wanted to discuss is we have our first in-person clean air rooms event that will be happening. We're really, really excited about this. It's going to be a fall festival at the community center in Van Buskirk on Monday, the 23rd, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., I believe. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the event details really quickly. So this will be our first opportunity to be in the community in person and get people signed up for the CAR program and then issue them a brand new air purifier. Let me see.
Cassandra, did you have a flyer for that?
No, but I can send you the information.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll email that to you. Let me make a note so I don't forget. Are there any other events though that you think that are going to be happening? I know SB we already talked, and we're hoping to get more information about the water district to attend that event as well. But Douglas, I don't know if you're aware of any other events that might be happening locally that we could attend and do an in-person car event.
There's always an event going on. I know that last time I just went to a car show event. It was, I believe, it was on Saturday, from 1 to 5. It was really great, and then there was a lot of opportunity. But I think there's another one coming up, but you have to pay at 8 Mile Road. Um, and I think I could get it from what's her name? Um, I think Epty probably knows her as well too. She used to be part of the Voice of Stockton. Betty, her name is Betty Ramirez, and she's been focusing on all other events as well. So, and I think there's another one for the Day of the Dead. They're going to be meeting a lot of people in the neighborhood in the Mexican Heritage, in downtown Stockton. I believe it's on the next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday. So that's the Moed of the more of dead, something like that. So that's what's going on, and for that, and that'd be great to reach out to them as well. But the only thing that one thing I would say something about the air monitor, the air inside that the filter. I would like to just make a suggestion, also cautious, because I had that machine in my bedroom, and as I was going to bed and sleeping on it, I noticed that every time I wake up in the morning, my mouth gets really, really, and my throat get really dry. And I have no saliva, and it's almost like every night. So when I try to, okay, I'm gonna try to shut it off and see if I don't have that dryness in my mouth and my nose, and I wake up in the middle of choking. So I went in and lay down, and next thing I know, I shut it off. The next day I came in, and I didn't have that. I didn't have that. That dryness of my throat. And so I think that's something that I need to be careful that not to put in a small room. You need to put them in somewhere more bigger room to be careful, because anybody could choke on their own when you're not alive, and you just feel like it's a terrible feeling. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
No, that's a great point, Douglas. And thank you for sharing that. And so, yeah, that is one thing that we will stress as we're issuing these out. It's, more so also to help, we're doing this to, in the event of a wildfire, so people have a room that they can dedicate as a clean air room where they can go in and they can get some relief.
Right, I totally agree with that. What you're saying, yes,
Yeah, so
but
we'll
everyday thing, I don't recommend that.
right, yeah, and so we can tell folks that, make sure you read the box and make sure that you pay attention to instructions that they advise for the square footage and all that good stuff. So yeah, we can share that information. So we're excited about the first upcoming Clean Air Room Center or Clean Air Room Program in-person distribution event. We're hoping to have a couple more on. We are currently in the process of working with Stockton Unified School District. They are taking our request to their board, which will go Thursday, the 17th. Is it Thursday? The 17th, October 17th, Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. They'll go before their board, and their board will then either grant us permission to partner with them. We'll get to partner with a local elementary school and come onto the campus when they have Second Harvest there, which is a food delivery. And in conjunction, we will also be handing out air purifiers. So we're really, really hopeful that that gets, passed and granted, and Stockton Unified says yes, that we can do that. We'd also
I can make a suggestion, to Sandra. I'm a trustee at the San Juan Board of Education Area 3, and and that covered the area of area 1 from the subcommittee around this area all the way down to the South Stockton. And because we get a lot of charter schools from Stockton, like they get denied, and we have a lot of charter schools that are elementary as well. And if the SUSD don't decide whatever they might be, can't they know whatever, I'm pretty sure that we at the San Joaquin will definitely would accept that program as well, and and take that as an advantage for their uh, because we always emphasize safety and precaution for our children, for the children's day and the students for that particular reason. So I definitely think either way, I mean, you win both ways, whether they SUSD or San Joaquin Board of Education could be will be a greater asset for you guys and a student and also the community, because we do have a lot of charter schools in SUSD in downtown area that we support and make sure that they're doing as well. Make sure they're in a safe and comfort of the environment as well. That's all.
No, that's thank you, Douglas. I'm excited to hear that, because if we could get in a partnership with, with those charter schools, that would be fantastic. As long as they fall within the boundary, we're still, able
Yes, that they're in the boundary. They're somewhere in the boundary, and I didn't recognize. Oh, yeah, I should tell them that. But yeah, they are in the boundary of what SUS in the um. Oh man, my mind went blank on me again. I must be really exhausted today right now.
It's Friday.
Uh,
It's Friday.
I know. But anyway, I'll stop talking. Go ahead and do your agenda, and I'll keep quiet now for
Nope,
now.
nope. You're good. You're good. I appreciate it. Thank you, Douglas. But I would like to chat with you more about that and getting into those potential charter schools. So we can definitely, carve out some time for that in the future. So that's the update on the in-person clean air rooms event. So we've got, one that's happening for sure, one that'll hopefully happen a couple days later through Stockton Unified School District. Next on the agenda is, so at the last CSC meeting, we had Jose from Valley Can come and talk to the group about the tune-in, tune-up events and all the things that they are doing. And one of the questions that they asked is they are looking to do more pop-up locations within Stockton, AB 617 area. So like at little restaurants, they want to do these pop-up events. And so they posed the question, are there any suggestions? And there were a couple that made it through the channel. Now we're just curious to know, like, is there any other places that we can add on to that so we can have these, tune in, tune up events where folks can come grab some food, sign up for the program? Any restaurants or places that you think would be, suitable for something like this?
Cassandra, I emailed you all because I'm on my phone. I was trying to be on my computer. A list of recommendations that both Nate Knott and myself came up with within the boundary in different corners of the boundary. So I sent that. So it was like Nana's on B Street, the Sunshine Hawaii Barbecue, that's in downtown Stockton. Eddie's Pizza Cafe is in South Stockton, Charter Way. Susie's Mexican Food is here on Harding. And Angelina's Spaghetti House is on the east side. So places that are locally owned and operated and as well are within the boundary and then can accommodate, you know, so it's not like they're not booth style, like they can actually speak to people and, you know, do the intake and what have you. So those are the ones that we recommended. I put the names and addresses and emailed that to you all to share with them.
Yeah.
And also, if you pick up Susie, you will love their food. I definitely, if you just work and you say, this smells good. They have the Mexican enchilada. They have quesadilla, pizza, Mexican pizza. They're like, oh my god, they're delicious. You should try it. Oh my god, I should. If you work there and taking, I would definitely take. I would volunteer too. Okay.
All right, Douglas, we're going to hold you to that. Well, perfect. Thank you, SB. Yes, I do see it in my inbox. So we will forward this information along. Thank you so much. Okay, so
and then in addition,
go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, Cassandra. In addition to that, Nate Knott, who runs the weekly breakfast meeting for the Downtown Comeback Club, they have a weekly meeting. So you have a mixed audience that's always open, but in terms of, you know, having like the, you know, whether it's Valley Can and or you all to attend that, it's very early in the morning. It's like at 7:30 in the morning, but he has the standing weekly meeting with the community members and it's specifically downtown. And so Nate's here and he can tell you a little bit what that looks like. And then he can email you all the dates and the locations for the upcoming meetings. See what I tell him?
Yeah. So right now we're meeting a little cafe in Central Stockton, right by the new courthouse in Stockton called the Fusion Boba Cafe. And they have enough room inside to host a meeting of about 20 people. Although it's a breakfast, and we have a little side dining room that we eat in there, a private room. But the restaurant, the cafe as a whole, could easily seat about 20 people, and their morning business is walk-in, so we wouldn't be interrupting that. That's through October, and then in November we're in a smaller restaurant on East Weber. That would be a little bit more of a challenge, but there is table seating for up to 15 or 16, and then from December 14th on through January and possibly February. We're going to meet at the University Plaza Hotel on Fremont Street, and they have the relatively large Delta Bistro restaurant. We could hold a pretty good size. In addition to our people and inviting more people to come, we could handle a pretty good sized crowd, up to 30 or 40 there. And that would be an attractive place for people to want to visit. And that's still downtown. The University Plaza Hotel's on Fremont and Commerce Street, right near, pretty close to the old City Hall. And so we could, and then my emailing list, if you decided to want to join one of our meetings, I send out a weekly email agenda every Wednesday afternoon to about 260 people. And that includes quite a few who's who in Stockton. So I could attach a flyer for a meeting. Any meeting you hold anywhere, I can do this. But if we do decide to join to try and have one with the Downtown Comeback Club, I can heavily promote this with my email list of about 260 people, virtually in all areas of Stockton.
Awesome.
And if we did decide to do the University Hotel, then you'd have a pretty nice setting. And they just reopened for breakfast, and they have an extraordinarily good menu at very reasonable prices there. And it's a very elegant setting.
Okay.
So you can email.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nate. I appreciate that.
And I'll have with SB with contacts from you through SB, I'll send you more information about the Comeback Club and about the schedule I'm talking about. And then you have more to look at and understand. The meetings themselves are scheduled from 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
I get one discussion. I'm gonna ask one thing. SB, I have a
Yes.
question. Is Cancun still in operation? Cancun Mexican restaurant on Minor? Are there? They have their own big, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I believe so. And then the only issue with that is the stairs. So when they have their meetings upstairs, so in terms of they don't have an elevator, that's the only issue.
oh,
That's
no, no,
why.
no, no. I'm talking about I'm talking about the other one. It's right across the street from the rental car. It's a Mexican restaurant by an
Oh
Enterprise.
yeah, Cancun. Yeah, so Cancun's still open, and so is the other one. What's that other Mexican one? That little Jose or I
It'll
forgot.
come back to me. But
Yeah.
Cancun does have a private.
Yeah,
room.
they are open too. Yeah.
Well, they have a conference room in the back as well. A really giant
Yeah.
conference. Yeah. And that
Yeah,
will hold
yeah.
like
So we
300 people, right?
Oh,
let me. Oh, so yeah. So I'm gonna write that down here, and I'll forward that to them right now as well.
Tio Pepe's.
And Tio Pepe's.
That too, yes. That's also good. That is good too.
I think Tio.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Tio Pepe's.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Sounds like we're going to have a big list here, so we'll be happy to pass that along. Next up on the agenda is so it's the season of, winter's fast approaching, temperatures are cooling. We want to talk a little bit about the fireplace and wood stove change out program. Finding a way to connect with residents to, encourage folks to take advantage of this funding and swap out their device. We did hold an in-person event. I want to say it was at the beginning of the year, or I can't remember the date of it, but we had it at Yasuyani's. But unfortunately, that fell on a day when there was really, really bad weather. And so it was just horrible timing. And so, this grant funding is available. We are handing it out in the packets when we are outreaching to parents at these school sites. And all the events that we've been attending, it's also been attached. What are some other ways that we can help get this out to the community?
Are you talking about the fire prevention? But I think I brought that up with somebody was supposed to get me back with the fire station, but I called them. They gave me the information, but I called them, but I don't get the telephone number. But somebody was supposed to set that up for the community, how to turn, how to. I really think that when I talk to other people about having learning how to stop the fire with a extinguisher, that will save your life. You know what I mean? People don't know how to open a pin. They just look at it and video it. They don't know. They wait for the firemen to come and get. While they're waiting for the firemen to come, they have something that at home they have a fire extinguisher that will help alleviate the fire as it grows so much while they're still waiting. But I personally want to learn it. I personally think that it's a tool that is needed for everything because I see fire all over last year. I mean, and that was and it should be preventable sometimes. Oh, there was a fire stove. Oh, okay. Well, where's the extinguisher? How come you didn't have it? I mean, instead of waiting for the firemen to come, and then you just try to water down all the houses down. So some of them of those fires could easily be prevented if you had a extinguisher. And I know a lot of people. We had it for a long time, and it's non-existent. Like nobody, don't even know that we have it to use that option. You know what I mean? So we need to re-educate our community as well. That those are the reasons why they're existing in the store. They still sell them at the store, but people don't buy them. So I think that that'd be great also for their quality to you take that as an option they need to re-educate the community with simple things that they can prevent something from happening. That's all. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Douglas. Yes, that is also important, knowing how to use the fire extinguisher. But for this particular question, we're asking about the fireplace and wood stove change out grant program. So that's folks that are
Oh, okay. My apology. Okay. Yes, I mean, a lot of people. I know I'm a realtor, and I see people when I go look for a house, and there's some seller think that it's a antique, you know, and they don't want to lose its value. They don't want to make their custom still fire burning into that. I but I wouldn't know what would be the if I try to try to make a convincing argument or a convincing statement of why you should have to exchange it to from the wooden fire. I gotta have I gotta have that whatever I have to say to convince them to change it. You know what I mean? What would be the benefit for them? You know, so it'll be a building furnace, or would it be like an internal furnace, or are they gonna be like a fake fireplace? What I mean, and that's something I'm not sure what that program. I'm not quite understanding that program as well too. Sorry.
Sure, no, that's okay. So our program offers, you can pull out the old device and either put in natural gas. So you're no longer having to fuss with wood, which the benefits of that is, we know the particulates that come off of wood smoke are really detrimental to one's lungs and health. And then plus two, you don't have to worry about chopping wood and lugging it in and out of the house. You just eliminate that altogether. So if you move to natural gas, then you have no emissions coming off the minute you flick a switch. That's the beauty of a natural gas fireplace is you just, push a button and boom, your fire.
Oh, okay, yeah, I seen that. So, but would it cost? It would be an extra cost for the homeowner to convert it to gas firing. Do they have to? Because I know a lot of older home, their pipe are so weird. They're out of code, and I've seen that happen. They're like, well, you have to change the rust, you have to change the metal. They're not copper no more. They're something. They're not a metal that would not hold the heat. Blah blah blah. You know. So at the ground, if you're gonna put the money, how much money would it cover to repair that cost and put a new, like you say, gas fire? And because I remember having that too. So what would be the cost of it?
So that is an excellent question. Each home is going to be specific, and we encourage folks to have different hearth retailers come out and give them a quote because we don't control the costs that these hearth retailers are advertising. And so just with like, as if you were purchasing a car, we would tell you do your research, shop around, and
Uh
see who's going to give you the best bang. But in terms of grant funding, because there's multiple options too, you can also switch to an electric heat pump, which also has the capability of cooling your home in the summertime months. So there's
That's
a
true.
few different avenues that people can go through. Um, and the incentive funding, because for AB 617, you get a little bit
Forgive me,
more.
Cassandra. What is it? What can you add a set base? Allow a set base repair or set base like I remember the cost will be set base like let's say the handyman will look at it and see they see your program and they say okay the cost of the repair and installing it'll be set base all at once be like maybe I don't know eight 1,000. Okay, I'm just getting a number. So I don't know, but 1,000. They take all that work, take everything out, and add that in. That's like a step big, and that way they don't have to be too much competition of getting that repair. You know what I mean? So I think that thing a step big will be just be like a standard. So that way nobody don't have to expect this surprise whether it be a gas store or whatever it was the cooling place for electrical as well. You know what I mean? That's all I
That
could say. Thank you.
that would be ideal, but unfortunately, we don't have any control over that because these businesses are already in operation and they run things the way they run it. So unfortunately,
Okay.
yeah, so we have no control over that. So that's why we tell folks to please shop around, because each hearth retailer is going to put their units at different price points, and they do different things, different bells and whistles. So it's just going to be whatever is going to work best for that individual. But yes, in Stockton, if they switch to natural gas or a freestanding stove, they can receive up to $41.50 to make that change. And then if they choose to do an electric heat pump, they can get up to $5,000. And then there's also the option of if individuals just are, looking at the device and saying, I don't want to worry about that at all. I have a heater that heats the home plenty. I'd rather turn that into an entertainment wall and just, have it be a solid wall so they can put up their TV or whatever. We have funding also to help with that. So there's many different options. And so we just, we need to make sure that folks are aware that they've got, this funding that's available for them. And as I mentioned in our school outreach, we are including this conversation when we're talking with parents. But we are just curious to know, is there any other way that we can help get this information out to the public?
Cassandra, going back to Douglas's point with the County Office of Education, there is also a segment of folks that are part of that, which is the migrant education. And so the migrant education director would be someone whom to contact in order to make sure, because that's going to be a lot of those folks will live in our AB 617 jurisdiction. Let's see, Manny, I think his last name is Nunez Manuel. I think he's still the director. I'll get you his information and send it to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, SB.
Yeah, he's still there, my Manuel.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, just trying to brainstorm some new additional ideas for outreaching to the residents to let them know that this funding is there. Man, we flew through our agenda really quickly. Are there any questions or concerns or thoughts that either Douglas or SB you guys want to bring up?
I wanted to make sure that I'm sending to you all and forwarding the email from Nate, and on there is a family fun festival that's coming up. So I point that out in the email, but I just want to let you know that's on October 21st from 4 to 7. And let's see, where is that at? That flyer, do you see it? Let's see. I'm sorry, I have too many tabs open.
No worries, no worries.
It's this one. Yeah, Family Fun, Family Promise, Family Fun Festival. It is going to be at the Central United Methodist Church on Pacific Avenue. And so then I've never been to it, so I couldn't tell you like how many families will be there. But since it's citywide, right, that event?
Yeah, it should draw pretty good.
Yeah, so it's citywide. They're gonna have it's a community event, and they have it's funded by various organizations. So I would probably say who to contact on that.
This Saturday is the Fawn Fest at Delta College too.
What's that?
That's an outdoor festival that draws a ton of people from Filipino people.
Oh yeah, the
11 to
Fawns.
5.
The 11 to 5 this Saturday is the Fawn Festival, but I don't know if you guys can have anyone out there because they had to plan it, their staff.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
can't.
They could walk around probably with flyers, but I don't think they could get a table this late.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we need
But
a
this
little
one-
bit of heads up.
Yeah, this one's October 21st. I'm gonna
Okay.
forward this to you right now.
Perfect.
And then it has the Downtown Comeback Club info and that Nate spoke about,
Mhm.
and Family Fun
It even
Festival.
has a description of the club and our meetings, I think, on there too.
Yeah, it has the description and meetings, but I'm gonna CC Nate so you can follow up with Nate on that and
Perfect.
schedule it so that he can then, if you all have a flyer, so that you and maybe like Jose can be there, then we can push people to the comeback club for one of those specific dates.
Okay.
So I'm gonna CC Nate, and that way you can coordinate with that. He's a facilitator.
Okay.
And that's been around for like, how many years?
27 years.
27 years.
Wow, it's awesome.
So this is, okay. I think I got everything in there for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then Jose is familiar pretty much from Valley Can with most of those locations, but if you have any questions, feel free to follow up with me. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I got that off to you all.
And so our next subcommittee meeting will be next year. So this will be our last subcommittee meeting for this year. So as soon as we lock in the details, definitely gonna send that information out.
Oh my God! Are we gonna get our bonus? I mean, I feel like I was working so hard, working from subcommittee on. I'm gonna get paid one meeting, a whole 1 month, and all the meetings that I've been coming stuff. But that's good. I mean, that's good. We had I feel like we had accomplished a lot. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we did a tremendous. I think it was a wonderful, good year for us this year. I'm really encouraged by that. I don't know about Etsy, but Etsy has been also a good asset as well as what's the other guy's name? Ken. You know, so it's been really great for him too. You know, so. And the rest of you guys too. So I just feel like it's been a fast year this year. That's all I can say. Thank you.
It has been. It has been. Well, if there are no further questions, I don't want to keep you guys hostage. We've already gone through everything.
There aren't any questions on our side. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your guys' time and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your Friday the 13th.
Oh yes, and you too.
Take
Yeah,
care.
you too. Also, everybody. Okay, have a wonderful week. Bye bye.